You know your YouTube career is falling harder than the Harlem Shake's relevance to society when a prediction video is what you came up with. I know, but I needed something to celebrate my 3,000 subscribers. Maybe I'll do a NASCAR 30 2004 series since that's all it takes to be a NASCAR YouTuber. What I've uploaded lately are snippets of my passions and sort of why I've been gone on YouTube for a while. That is until this video, because the 2022 NASCAR and ARCA season have a lot of unknowns. You have the next gen, an abundance of drivers starting new chapters, unique tracks across the board including Portland. In a time where that thing is still going on, this year's the perfect time to share my predictions of all 3 NASCAR National Touring and 3 ARCA divisions. I'm positive I'll get all of them wrong because I'm the antithesis of perfect. Last year on the Drafting the Circus podcast, I said Kyle Larson will win just a single race and be eliminated in the round of 16. How did that pan out exactly? Yeah. I also said that Mick Schumacher will score a single point, and it went as good as Mike Harmon's appeal on NASCAR's testing penalty. Without further ado, stop being fancy at Applebee's, save some rowdy energy, and pause your Dale praises, because it's time for me to share my 22 predictions for the 2022 season. Let's start off with ARCA, because who doesn't love a wonderful night in America than seeing a little ARCA action? Number 1. Jesse Love will win 3 national races. Right now, the soon-to-be 17-year-old racer out of California is one I put in high regard as being a future star in racing. Yeah, I know people are going to say, but the ARCA West field is weak compared to the East. At least the car count has improved drastically. He's just fresh off of winning his 2nd straight ARCA West title. He'll be joining Venturini Motorsports' number 20 team in 14 of 20 national ARCA races. Love already has a national ARCA win under his belt, winning at Salem. So 3 wins to me will mark an incredible season for him as he'll continue to grow as a competitor. Number 2, Jake Drew will win the ARCA West Championship. Yes, you know. Ugh. That sounded terrible. You know ARCA West is my bread and butter. After seeing 7 drivers, yes, 7 drivers fighting for the championship at Phoenix, it's really going to be hard to top 2021. With Love out of the picture, the championship trail is wide open, but in the end, Sunrise Ford will reclaim the throne from McAnally with Drew as their leading man. Hopefully, the battle will be as chaotic, since the West tends to go that way from time to time. Number 3. Sammy Smith wins the national ARCA title despite missing races. As lovely as ARCA can be, for better or worse in the eyes of people, there's so many concerns. I mentioned the East car counts not being too strong. Same goes with their slim 7-race schedule, with the final 3 being combo races with national ARCA. Ty Gibbs and Corey Heim are going to primarily focus on NASCAR. So who's going to carry the torch? Last year's East champion, Sammy Smith, is the only guy I genuinely see being a dominant force in the national level. He'll run 16 races. The only driver I could possibly see being a threat to Sammy are Daniel Dye from GMS Racing and maybe Roger Carew from Rev Racing. There's some question marks about those 2 guys that keeps me from saying they're championship material. What they have to their advantage over Sammy is indeed they're running the entire 20-race tour. Despite this, Sammy will find a way to capture another ARCA title for Joe Gibbs Racing in 2022. Now, these next 3 predictions are general ones that doesn't fall into specific topics, but I felt like it was important to bring up, especially the one other hot topic that people on social media are skeptical about, that being the supposed OnlyFans sensation.
Let it be known that the smoke show is here to make wrestling sexy again.
No, not that one. Cut the feed, we got money to worry about. Who is it then? Right. Former supercar racer Renee Gracie. Number 4. She'll not make any NASCAR starts. I don't see it happening. First off, will NASCAR even approve her to race and run whatever sponsor she so desires? No one's safe. Not even Carl Long back in 2017 was safe. Second of all, which team will devour their time into giving her a shot when people know she's making her dough in adult entertainment? Then again, if the Samps want it, they'll have to plead until they get the Holy Grail. Again, I just don't see Gracie making a NASCAR star. Frankie Muniz have a better chance of entering a car than seeing Renee hit the grid. Number 5. at least 4 drivers will be let go from their full-time rides. More than any other season, I can see drivers unable to meet expectations where the team will head into a new direction. We saw last season with Rackley War sacking Timothy Peters 10 races in. It can happen to anybody at any time. Many drivers are really being put in the put up or shut up time box. Some will be fine, others will crumble. Now, if somebody were to get a pink slip, I know a certain driver out of good old Texas, and we'll have a PowerPoint ready as to why a NASCAR ride is a no-brainer. That one Angel guy will finally give that driver a 10 out of 10. Anyways, number 6. Taylor Gray will win in 4 different divisions this season. Some people just don't care about him enough. Others people loathe the teenager, especially this past year. For 2022, Taylor will win in all 3 ARCA divisions, where I can see him running away with the East Championship. But the bigger picture here is that Taylor Gray will become a NASCAR Camping World Truck Series winner. Oh yes, that's gonna happen. When will it happen? How is it gonna happen? Your guess is as good as mine, but he will put the Gray family back into winning relevance. Speaking of trucks, number 7. Bud Light will sponsor Ben Rhodes for 1 race. Hey, Anheuser-Busch, just sponsor the guy. He's the defending Truck Series champion. Like, how does a company that sells crappy beer, yes, I do say it's crappy beer, Budweiser is better than Bud Light, by the way. How come Bud Light don't jump on the opportunity? I know Anheuser-Busch's mantra is Busch right now, but for 1 race, just 1 race, sponsor Mr. Rhodes and do a commercial. You get some eyeballs and help gain more fans for the champ. If there's an opportunity, I'm going to go on my way by saying the Darlington Throwback race would be ideal. Just do it. Your best buddy would appreciate it. So make it happen, Mama Jamma. Number 8. Todd Bodine will not get a top 10 in his return to the series. The former Truck Series champion will have 6 chances of scoring a top 10 in his pursuit to 1,000 NASCAR starts. But it's just not going to happen. The competition will be tough for a guy that hasn't raced in trucks since 2013. He's not going to have a Greg Biffle moment because the power of Fugle only works for Rudy and nobody else. Oh, and by the way, do you think Todd Bodine is a Cup Series bust? Anyone that watches, let me know how you'll describe the Onion's career in Cup. Number 9. Matt DiBenedetto and Hailie Deegan missed the playoffs. Unpopular opinion, the rookie will not set the world on fire with Rackley War. I could be wrong, but if Josh Berry can barely bring the 25 Chevrolet Silverado into the top 10 at Texas, then the road will be tough for Matty D. Not everyone can be like Johnny Benson, John Hunter Nemechek, or even Jason Leffler. DiBenedetto will tremendously be humbled in 2022. Now for Hailie Deegan, she missed the playoffs, beefed with Paul Tracy, went winless, and only mustered a single top 10 at Gateway. I really have high expectations for the 20-year-old because if DGR is going to be a top-tier team in trucks, they must win. I totally see Taylor Gray winning. I definitely see Priest Lightning visiting victory lane a few times. But for Deegan, if she doesn't win at a dirt track, no playoff berth. Number 10, John Hunter Nemechek will win the Truck Series championship. Assuming Chris Wright, Jack Wood, or even what got Butters under scrutiny doesn't cause any harm, John Hunter Nemechek will seal the deal at Phoenix. No cut tires required. He'll have a huge chip on his shoulder, and with him back for more at Kyle Busch Motorsports, it's a slam dunk that Nemechek wins the title. The first for the family on a national level since 1992. Wouldn't that be something? Now to the Xfinity Series. Number 11, Brandon Brown's paint scheme will look like an unbranded Formula One car. Remember when Formula One cars had unbranded liveries just as Williams with racing, question mark, or with Ferrari with the barcodes, or just simply plain Jane nothing at all? That's how it's going to look, either throughout the year or the entire Xfinity campaign. But at the end of the day, I just hope Brown will even make it to Phoenix by November. I really hope he makes it by November. Number 12. Sam Mayer will win 2 races. If there was one driver that really shocked me in the disappointed category, Sam Mayer was it. 2022 will be a put up or shut up year for the former East champion because he'll have a full-time campaign. He'll prove his worth at JR Motorsports and get those 2 victories. As to whether or not he'll make a series start for the championship, I don't think so, but it'll still be a breakout year. Number 13, we'll still have 14 different Xfinity winners. Last season was arguably one of the best seasons in series history. He had that walk-off win by Daniel Hemrick as the icing on the cake. In all, he was one of 14 different winners, and no question I see that being matched. We'll certainly have our first-time winners like Mayer, and let's not forget, Sheldon Creed is a rookie. I can see him winning too. As a matter of fact, Landon Castle and Riley Hurst will win in the series.
What?
I'm not joking. Now you're wondering, what keeps me from saying 15 or 17 or even 20? You have guys like Ty Gibbs and my pick for the Xfinity Series Championship. Number 14, that man will be Josh Berry. Josh Berry won twice last season. He won at Martinsville, he won at Vegas, and Michael Annett's car. In a race that he wasn't even intended to run. He sacrificed a possible repeat at the Martinsville 300 to run at Vegas, and he won. Berry is arguably one of the last of its kind in racing in the mainstream world. In an era where cash rules everything around the sport, or even that word called nepotism, it's refreshing seeing a guy like Berry making noise in NASCAR. Maturity will be a huge difference on him winning the title over Ty Gibbs, who no doubt be a threat all season long. Dominance can take you so far, but adapting under pressure is vital to a driver's development. That's why Berry is my pick for the title over guys like Gibbs and Noah Gragson. On that note, it's time to predict the Cup Series. Number 15, there will be a total of 27 red flags this season, with 7 of them coming from the Busch Light Clash. Last year we had a total of 16, down 7 from 2020, which had a record of 23. There's just something about these next-gen cars that is so unpredictable that I sense a high rate of red flags. You'll have your usual weather, your big ones and all. It's going to be quite a year. But I'll say this, though. Those 7 stoppages are not just in the main event. I'm talking about the entire clash. That includes the heat. Quarter-mile short-track racing is a recipe for chaos. And the way people perceive the sport as entertainment, the writing on the wall is it's there. It's just there. Let's not forget the biggest wildcard of them all. The Higher Banks Atlanta Motor Speedway. For everyone's safety, I really hope we don't reach that mark, especially in the clash, because it's going to be a bad look for the sport and any potential new audience that are going to the LA event. We want to grow. We don't want to tank it. I'll wrap up with this. They better have those driver interests in those iconic stair steps. I swear if they don't have it. Number 16, Cody Ware will finally capture his first Cup Series top 10 result. Josh Malicki and BJ McLeod did it last year. Timmy Hill, Gary Smithley, Joey Gaze, and this guy haven't scored a top 10 yet. Out of all predictions, this one I have the least amount of confidence it's going to happen. I don't see it. I just don't. If it does...
Holy shit, guys.
Knowing how my run in life and luck had been last October to get out of what's going to happen. But I just don't buy it. Number 17, there will be 4 first-time winners this season. Those being Tyler Reddick, Austin Cindric, Chase Briscoe, and last but certainly not least, Noah Gragson.
You kidding me?
No, Jim. I sense a Noah Gragson victory with Colleague Racing. It's going to be the toughest out of the 4, but the other 3 I'm confident will happen. Due to Cindric winning, he'll lock up Rookie of the Year over Harrison Burton and Todd Gilliland because his wins will occur before the playoffs. He's just one step closer to making it to the Indy 500. I said, right? Indy 500. You guys won't get it. Number 18, Kyle Busch will go winless for the first time as a full-time Cup driver. Something about 2022 that just won't go KFV's way. I just can't picture him having a strong year with the new car. This will play a big role in his future. If it doesn't go well, I sense we're going to reach the end of an era. Number 19, a Cup winner will get disqualified. Since disqualifications replace encumbered penalties, we've yet to see a driver be disqualified from a Cup win. Eric Jones, Jimmy Johnson, and Chase Haley have been disqualified before. Oh, and Chris Buescher too. So that begs the question, who do I think will win and get DQ'd? I'm not going to say it here. Anyone can be slapped in a race and get 0 points. Maybe the driver of the number 50. Number 20, Ryan Blaney will win the Daytona 500. Team Penske have been strong in the 500 in the past couple of years. They should have won the last 2 in my opinion, especially Blaney, who had a true breakout year with 3 wins in 2021. If there's one driver that can bring Penske his 3rd Daytona 500 win, he's the man that will get it done. Number 21, William Byron makes the championship 4. Although Byron scored 1 win at Homestead last year, he was more consistent than Alex Bowman, who won 4 times. It's time to really see the 24 hit homers. No, it's not going to be like Jeff Gordon in 1998, but strong enough that will put Byron deep into the playoffs and fight for his first Cup title in Phoenix. Will he win the championship? No. You have to go through this, man. And my obvious pick for the Bill France Trophy Number 22, my final prediction, Kyle Larson will win back-to-back Cup Series titles. New car, same result. It's Kyle Larson's world and we're just living in it. He'll adapt well with the changes and continue his Hendrick dominance. What do you expect me to say? Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, Kevin Harvick, Dennis, MTJ, Sir Lewis Hamilton, Lord Mahavir, Tay DiBenedetto, CM Punk, John Cena, Gary Valentine, Alana Kane, Danielle Heim, Essie Heim, Bad Bunny, Cardman, the 1989-1991 Denver Broncos, LeBron James, Tom Brady, the taxi driver from basketball. I just don't see it. Once a man is on a roll, they're on a roll. Larson's not done from winning anytime soon. So yeah, we're going to have to get used to greatness. Much like we've seen from Gordon and Johnson in the past. That's just how it's going to be, people. Well then, let's see if I could get at least 10 of these correct, because predictions are just not my thing. As season's end, you'll get a reaction from me and reflect how things pan out in the world of ARCA and NASCAR. So until we meet again, hope you enjoyed these outlandish predictions. Do share your predictions of how NASCAR and ARCA will pan out. In the meantime, catch you guys later.